She goes downstairs very quickly in the moonlight and goes to see if the old man is still sleeping. He is sleeping and moaning in his sleep. Mary makes a gesture of compassion and starts to pray once again. More time passes. The old man awakes from his sleep and lifts up his head, and he's confused because he does not recollect why he's there. Then he remembers, makes a gesture, and utters a guttural exclamation. He then writes, "Is he not born yet?" Mary shakes her head in denial. Zacharias writes, "How much pain! Oh, my poor woman! Will she manage without dying?" Mary takes the hand of the old man and reassures him. At dawn, in a short while, the baby will be born. Everything will be all right. Elizabeth is strong. How beautiful this day will be. It will soon be daybreak. How beautiful this day will be when the child sees the light. It will be the nicest day of your life. The Lord has kept aside great graces for you, and your child is the announcer of them. Zacharias shakes his head sadly and points to his dumb mouth. He would like to say many things, but he cannot. Mary understands and replies, "The Lord will complete your joy. Believe in him completely. Hope in him indefinitely. Love him totally. The Most High will grant you more than you dare hope for. He wants this total faith from you to wash out your past mistrust. Say in your heart with me, 'I believe.' Say it with every beat of your heart. The treasures of God are opened for those who believe in him and in his powerful bounty." The light begins to filter in through the partly open door. Mary opens it. Dawn makes the dewy earth completely white. There is a strong smell of humid earth and green herbs, and the first chirping of the birds, calling one another from branch to branch, can be heard. The old man and Mary move towards the door. They are pale because of the sleepless night, and the light at dawn makes them look even more pale. Mary puts on her sandals and goes to the foot of the staircase and listens. A woman looks out, nods, and then goes back in. Nothing yet. Mary goes into the room and comes back with some warm milk, which she gives to the old man. She goes to the doves, comes back, and disappears into the same room. Perhaps it is the kitchen. She moves around, watching. She looks as though she had slept the most perfect sleep. She's so quick and serene. Zacharias is walking up and down the garden very nervously. Mary looks at him compassionately. She then goes again into the usual room, and kneeling near her loom, she prays intensely, because the cries of Elizabeth are becoming sharper. She bows down to the ground, imploring the Eternal Father. Zacharias comes back in, and seeing her in this prostrate state, the poor old man cries. Mary gets up and takes him by the hand. She's so much younger than he is, but she looks as though she were the mother of the poor old desolate soul, and she pours her consolation on him. They are standing thus, one beside the other, in the sun that makes the morning air rosy, and it is thus that the joyful news reaches them. "He is born! He is born! It's a boy! Happy Father! A boy as beautiful as a rose, as beautiful as the sun, as strong and good as his mother. Joy for you, Father, blessed by the Lord who gave you a son that you may offer him to the temple. Glory to God who's granted posterity to this house. Blessed are you and your son who was born to you. May his offspring perpetuate your name for centuries, from generation to generation, and may his descendants always be in union with the eternal Lord. Mary blesses the Lord, weeping for joy. Then the two receive the little one, who has been brought to the Father, that he may bless him. Zacharias does not go to Elizabeth. He receives the child, who is screaming desperately, but he does not go to his wife. Mary instead goes, carrying with love the little one, who becomes quiet as soon as she takes him in her arms. The woman who is following her notices this, and she says to Elizabeth, "Woman, your child became quiet immediately when she took him. Look how peacefully he is sleeping, and only heaven knows how restless and strong he is. But look now, he seems a little dove." Mary lays the creature near his mother and caresses her, tidying up her grey hair. "The rose is born," she whispers in a low voice, "and you are alive. Zacharias is happy." "Does he speak?" Elizabeth asks. "Not yet, but hope in the Lord. Rest now. I'm staying with you." And that is the conclusion of that vision of the birth of John the Baptist. And it's so full of the key things that Jesus goes into, talks about during his ministry. Principally, the need to have faith, trust in God. Through difficulties, continue to have faith. See the difficulties as like a test from God. In Zacharias' case, for his former mistrust. In our case, it can be a whole host of things that we can soldier on through and thus expiate for. But faith, 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 belief in God, hope. These are the themes that Jesus comes back to again and again, especially before his cures. So we can say like mother, like son.